Hello everybody and welcome to today's ACSA action. We got ourselves a triple header here to wrap up week 2 here in the inaugural season, as we'll start off with Hawaii A&M going on the road to play against the Montana A&M Coyotes from the Big Pacific Conference. Should be a good set games to be here today, so make sure you smash that like button as well as subscribe if you do happen to be new. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and jump into this first game with Hawaii A&M actually getting the ball to start this ball game. It's able to, Pegasus able to, scratch his way up for a first down, keeping the chains moving for the Sharks as they go downfield deep, and it's incomplete. Thrown into double cover. Surprised that was not picked off actually, but the drive will still continue. 2nd and 10 now. There's a wide open man, and Davis is down the sideline and is going to be brought down outside of the 30-yard line. First down for the Sharks as they're in range to strike first. Pegasus throwing over in the middle, finds Wayne, and he takes a shot but is still able to hold on to the football nonetheless. And now it's a goal line situation. Now can they really strike first with 6 points? Going to try to throw to the left hand side and finds a wide open Favors for the touchdown. And so Hawaii A&M is going to strike first, but how long will they be able to maintain the lead? That'll be a pretty big question, as Elder, the Montana A&M quarterback, is going to go on the keeper. First down to end the first quarter of play. But still a 7-0 lead for the Sharks, however, as they do enjoy a 3rd and long. Can the Sharks make a stand though, as Elder drops back, tries to throw over the middle. It's incomplete. And so the Coyotes will have to settle for a field goal despite great field position. Still down 7-3 as the Sharks are back on the field once again early on in this second quarter of play. As Pegasus throws to the left, finds Watson, is able to pick up the first down. Gain of 12 on that one. It keeps the chains moving for the Sharks. Couple plays later, 2nd and 13. Pegasus has plenty of time. He's going to go ahead and scramble upfield and pick up a few yards in the process. Had some blockers upfield, but forgot who was right by his side. And still a 3rd and long coming up. Montana A&M brings the blitz, but it doesn't matter. Gets it off to the left-hand side. Finds Chris Wayne for the first down. Roughly midfield now, as they're on the verge of Montana A&M territory. And now they officially are, with that quick pass over to Thomas for a gain of 8. Next play, Shark quarterback Steve Pegasus going to throw it to the left-hand side. Find Knox, and he's in the edge of the red zone. Finally was going to get into the red zone right there, but just a little bit shy for the time being, as they'll go ahead and pass the ball once again. Why not keep passing that ball? If it's still working, got to go and rock and roll with it. Is now 2nd and 5. Going to try to throw it to the right. He finds Owens again. Touchdown Sharks. And they extend this lead, now officially up 14-3. As now they'll go ahead and give it off to Montana A&M on their next possession. Coyotes in real danger, man. Get into these last few minutes of the first half. And they haven't really done much, but there's Dobbins making a spark. Dobbins, the cousin of J.K. Dobbins, Baltimore Ravens running back, able to slice and dice, break some tackles, and get into the end zone to narrow this lead down. Only a 4-point difference right now. As now Montana A&M has the ball, can get some momentum before the end of this first half. That could take the lead right there, and he's caught from behind at the very last second, as Montana A&M does take their final timeout. As now 3rd and goal. Elder tries to pass it, but he gets sacked right away. So for now, they still remain down, but they've narrowed this lead down. It's only a 1-point ball game. Hawaii A&M, though, giving them everything that they can handle in this ball game, as there's a 3rd and 1 coming up. Clarkson's go ahead and slice and dice on field. Only need 1 yard. Why not just rely on your running back? Don't have to do anything too fancy. As there's Clark once again getting some good yardage for the Coyotes. A gain of 5 right there on that rushing play. As now 3rd and 2, going to go to Clark again, trying to get that running game going, and I don't think he got the first down. but they're going to give it to him anyways. So that you feel a little slight if you're a Hawaii A&M fan, but you know it is what it is. Just got to continue to play football. Is now 2nd and 10. Elder gonna throw over the middle, finds Irvin, who had to stop what he was doing in order to actually make that catch, stopping his momentum and only get 6 yards on that throw. Could have been a lot more though because he had open space, but instead it's 3rd and 4. Kramer's gonna make a catch now, and he's gonna get upfield for the first down. Moving the chains for the Coyotes. That's Anthony Kramer's 3rd catch of the day. Gonna go it off to Clark now. He's making some good moves, making multiple Shark defenders miss as they're in field goal range. So Montana A&M, as long as they don't fumble the ball, could take the lead here. But you know, I'm sure they're thinking about 6 points for sure, as it's a first down once again. Going to Elder, gonna try to pass the ball over the middle, finds Kelly, who does get the first down and just a few yards away from taking a lead for the very first time today. Let's see if they succeed in doing so, as Elder's going to scramble trying to pick up 6, but he fumbles the ball. And look at that glitch. That's Hawaii A&M guy flew 30 yards in the air. You know, sometimes you got to have a good laugh with this game, you know. Got to give it to the small developers, you know. If that's the worst thing I see in this game, then, you know, it's not that bad of a game. It's still funny to see, though. As we'll now switch back over to the Montana A&M drive as they take the lead for the first time today. Touchdown Coyotes! And for the first time today, they hold a lead. And they're looking to extend that lead too, as they're now in the 4th quarter. Kuroga making multiple tackles on the edge of the red zone now. Let's see if they can make this a 2-score game, as Elder drops back on 2nd and 12. Gets it to Kramer again, who takes a shot but makes the catch regardless though, putting the team on his back. As now it's 1st and goal again. Elder looking for the dagger. He might have gotten it to Kelly. Touchdown Coyotes. As now Hawaii A&M tries to just get more points on the board to make the scoreboard look pretty, but there's a QB sack that's going to end this ball game. And so Montana A&M got all they can handle, but they still are going to walk away from the first portion of this triple header, win this game by a final score of 27-14. So now we'll go ahead and switch over to the second game of the day, where the Vermont Vipers go on to road to play against the Eastern Pennsylvania Beavers. Coming into today's matchup at number 9 in the entire nation, they moved ahead of Bluffton Tech. You know, despite Bluffton Tech beating Central Tech 63-0. So definitely going to be some doubt in, you know, around the Big North to see if they truly are better than the Bluffton Tech Fighting Muskrats. This game will go a long way to, you know, proving that narrative correct in Eastern Pennsylvania being the best team in this Big North Conference. As now Vermont will have the ball to start this game. 3rd and 3 coming up. Bland's going to try to throw it over the middle. He's got a man, and it somehow gets through to Jansen. Huge gain. And they're deep in Eastern Penn territory. They do not care about the Beaver call, that's for sure. As Thompson picks up another first down that gets them into the red zone. You know, a lot of people talked about whether Eastern Pennsylvania deserved a ranking. Not necessarily if they're in danger of losing, but nobody told Vermont that. They're here to play, and they're certainly showing it right now on this 3rd and 6. Bland going to the left-hand side, finds Duhart into the end zone. Touchdown, Vipers. And they take the lead on the number 9 team in the nation, giving them everything they can handle. But here comes Eastern Penn. Going to go over the middle to Frimpong, who gets them into Vermont territory instantly. Now it's 1st and 10. Jackson gonna swing it to the right side, gets it to Arnold for a nice gain. Keeping on schedule at the very least. Eastern Penn has a little bit more of a run-heavy approach than what Vermont offers, as they do end up picking the first down with Jackson on that quarterback draw. So now, 2 plays later, Jackson gonna drop back the pass, facing a man in front of him, gonna throw it deep though, and finds Williams for a huge gain inside the 5-yard line. So now we're going to try to run it in there with Sweets, and Sweets is knocked down at the 1-yard line. But Eastern Penn's going to go for it. They're not going to settle for free. They're going to go to Arnold as he finds the end zone somehow. Touchdown, Beavers, as it evens up this game at 7 apiece. As we'll cut back to the Beavers once again late in this first quarter. Jackson's going to scramble and does slide down for a good gain of 7 yards. Got to give it to Vermont. You know, they certainly did not listen to the media. They came here to play as hard as they can, as there's another good throw to the left-hand side. And on top of that, there's pass interference that gives them a 15-yard penalty on top of that. So now deep in Eastern Penn territory, going to Sweets again for a nice little gain. 7-yard gain on that one. You love to see it. As now 3rd and 6. Jackson looking to sling it. He's going to send this one downfield, and it's a perfect throw to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Beavers. And now it's 14-7. Eastern Penn taking the lead for the first time today, and we're going to see how Vermont responds, being down for the first time today at a Big North Stadium, so you can definitely feel the crowd, that's for sure. As now it's 3rd and long again. Bland going to throw over the middle to find Duhart. He's going to get upfield for the first down. Duhart with already 1 touchdown today gets him on the verge of 2 as Bland gets in himself. Touchdown, Vipers. And they draw even once again. And look at this. Another promising drive for the Vipers is brewing as Bland makes another quarterback scramble. Dare I say it, they could take the lead on the number 9 team in the nation. And if they do, we might have an upset alert on our hands here. As speaking of which, there's a good throw to Stewart down at the 1-yard line. The 1-yard line monster eating him up that time. As a couple plays later, Bland's going to go ahead and finish off the drive with a touchdown. His 2nd rushing score of the day. As Vermont now still holds on to this lead. A 21-17 lead here, middle of the 3rd quarter. And ladies and gentlemen, there's officially an upset alert on our hands. As now, 2nd and 5. Thompson's going to try to run in for the first down, but it's fumbled. The Beavers recover. But thankfully for them, they do not end up getting any points on that. They went 3 and out on that next drive. So Vermont has the ball back once again late in this 3rd quarter. Bland's going to try to pass here on this 1st and 10. Going down the sideline, and he's got Croft wide freaking open. Huge gain on that play. As now it's a 3rd and short now, going to Thompson, who picks up another first down. In field goal range, they can make this a 7-point game once again. Just got to take care of business with the football, but no! They take a bad sack, a 7-yard loss. That might take them out of field goal range, and there's another sack. 2 sacks in a row. So now we just got to try to chuck it deep here, playing a prevent defense on this 3rd and 21. Going to try to get it to the left end zone, and no, it's picked off by Barasa. Big play for the Beavers defense, as they do end up getting a field goal on that drive. But here we are in the 4th quarter, man, as they still hold the lead. But let's see how long that lasts, because there's another turnover for Vermont. Their 3rd one. They're just not, executing right now. When you're having the lead on a top 10 squad, you got to take care of business, as Jackson looks to do just that. Do what needs to be done. Take this lead. Is now 21-20. Huge play here on this 3rd and 4. Jackson's going to throw to the right. Going into Arnold. Breaks the tackle. He's in. Touchdown, Beavers. And they have the lead. And they also went for 2, which went well. So now it's 29-21. Actually, it was a safety, so they had to kick it off. So now, if I'm showing a special teams play, something's about to go down. He's got the blocks, he's got the sideline, and no one's there to catch this man, and he is gone like a girl in a country song. Touchdown, Beavers. As they should be able to seal the deal here. Minute and a half left. Vermont's running out of timeouts quickly, as that's another first down for the Beavers. Now they officially are out of timeouts, but they're still deciding to pass for some reason. Yet they go to Johnson. He gets brought down from behind. Are they going to do what I think they're going to try and do right now? Are they going to tack on some points as they do run it, but with no seconds left on the clock, they put one more touchdown on the board as Eastern Penn wins. But talk about the lack of sportsmanship, though. Vermont gave them a good game, but just collapsed in the second half. Eastern Penn wins by a final score of 43-21 in this closely game. Before we get into the final game of the second week here in this inaugural season of the ACSA, let's go ahead and check out some scores we're circulating around the American Collegiate Sports Association. Starting off, we have a pretty shocking upset in the works as St. John Jakes, home of the Yankees, improved to 2-0 thanks to a grueling 15-9 upset victory over the 7th ranked team in the country in the Florida Tech Techies from the Atlantic Shore. Meanwhile, the capital of Tennessee, they moved up to number 4 and they play like a number 4 team, taking on the Virginia Beach Sharks and taking them down with ease by a final score of 48-6. Meanwhile, Alabama Hoover continues to show why they're considered the number 1 team in the nation, destroying Lynchburg A&M, who they played host to, by a final score of 75-0, the highest score posted so far this week. Not to be outdone, Coastal Alabama also looked pretty impressive, playing a top-tier team from the Sunshine Conference, beating them by a final score of 48-3. On top of that, the Peach Panthers fell out of the top 25, but they'll start working on getting back in there as they rebounded nicely against Northern Virginia State, winning by a final score of 36-0. Bayou State also looks to get into the top 25 for the first time this season, as they are on the outside looking in, but with an impressive performance against Virginia Coastal, winning 54-6 at home. That should give them consideration to jump into the top 25 for the first time this season. Meanwhile, Chattanooga Tech looked the part of a top 10 team, destroying the Jackson Jackers by a final score of 78-0, outshining Alabama Hoover's 75-point performance. On the other hand, Southern Alabama State didn't look quite as impressive, but still a pretty nice game overall, as they did beat Modesto State from the unaffiliated, teams 30-3. Mississippi A&M also played host to Lake Oswego from the Rocky Mountain Conference, I believe, and win that game 27-9, which will help maintain that number 6 ranking. The Kent Colonials, who are the only team that fell out of the top 25 that actually won their game, they hosted the Southwestern New Mexico Hellhounds and won that game 39-9. Meanwhile, the Warwick Rebels improved to number 2 in the nation, and they looked apart, playing against the Philadelphia Black Mamas, who couldn't get that mama mentality, losing 42-3. Meanwhile, Indiana Thorntown played the Comets from UW-Kennesaw and won 42-6. Indian Trail made its first appearance in top 25, but it looks like it might not stay for long, as the Clinton New York Knights went on the road and beat their second top 25 team this season, winning by a final score of 18-15. Meanwhile, Boston State also made its first appearance in the top 25, but we probably won't see them anytime soon. They took a really bad loss to the Sycamore Aviators. They lose 39-9 at their home stadium. What an embarrassing game for Boston State. As for Herbert Hoover, they're looking like a dark horse in the Atlantic Shore, playing very impressive against Wilkes-Barre Scranton, winning 48-0 at home. Meanwhile, the southeastern coast of Florida made its first appearance in the top 25 and is, at number 23 in the nation, playing Beckett Ridge, but Beckett Ridge played spoiler and beat these guys at their home stadium 24-3, so they'll likely fall out of the top 25 as well. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the final game of week 2 with the Montana State Helena Miners trying to go up against the Northern New York Freeze, who are looking to improve to 2-0 on the season. So for those that do love defense, we should have an interesting matchup here, as we have two teams that love to go run heavy, so run heavy in fact that I've heard both coaches believe that the pass is an actual trick play, or at least that's what rumor has it. But, you know, it should be a good game for the defense, as we'll go ahead and start with Northern New York. The Freeze getting the ball, but yet there's no snow on the field. Kind of a letdown if you ask me. As now, 3rd and 6. Leslie gonna drop back the pass. He's got a deep throw. They do pass the ball after all, and it goes for a big gain. 1st down for the Freeze, as they're in Montana State territory. Gonna get it to Self this time. Able to get a nice spin move off as well. You love to see that when the CPU does the spin moves and jukes on its own. As now they go to the left-hand side. A little bit far longer of a throw than you would like. You know, don't like those lollipops in the air, but when thankfully Lancaster was wide open. But 2 plays later, Leslie gonna try to pick up the 1st down, and Lorenzo is just short. If you gotta pick up 6 yards, you just gotta chuck it 6 yards, my guy. Like, it's really that simple. But instead, you know, they only pick up 3 points and still only a 3-0 game. So now, 1st and 10. Gonna go to Self again. He's got some decent blocking for a gain of 5 on that one. As, you know, this is kind of what we expected early on, you know, a very gritty kind of ball game. Montana State, you know, hasn't even done anything yet. At least the folks from Helena. But now, 1st and 10. Leslie gonna go to Self. The defender, or the offensive lineman right in front of him falls down. Doesn't seem like he just kind of tripped and fell. Could have used that escort blocker and could have picked up the 1st down easily. But one thing for sure, they certainly aren't afraid to run the football. With 9, sometimes 10 guys in the box, they will still run the ball on you. They certainly are not scared whatsoever. As it's another 1st down for the Freeze, courtesy of the pass. So now, 2nd and 3 coming up. Leslie gonna make a motion real quick. Get it off to Self, and Self finds some good rushing room on the edge of the red zone. As it's now 1st and 10 again. This time going to Leslie, who slides down up in front. 6-yard gain on that one. So now, 2nd and 4. Leslie dropping back, going to the right-hand side, and it's caught by Lewis. A contested grab on that portion of the field, but still hangs on and makes the catch regardless. As he'll still throw to the left-hand side. That's thrown short. That probably could have been a 1st down if that was thrown with a little bit more, you know, velocity. But instead, it's 3rd and 7. Can they pick up the 1st down? No, they cannot. So another drive at Northern New York doesn't finish. And still, it's only 6-0 here as we're approaching halftime already. Both teams have really struggled on the offensive end. As we get to 2nd and 2, Self going to try to pick up the 1st down and just narrowly gets it. Looks like it could be a very low-scoring kind of vibe, maybe like a 13-6 kind of feeling, as there's a fumble, and Turner from the Miners picks it up. As for the first time today, Montana State has an opportunity to get some actual points on the board, but look what they do. 3 plays later, fumbles the ball right back, and now Northern New York has the ball once again as they get it to Lancaster, and he picks up the 1st down with ease, already crossing midfield as well. So who knows, maybe they'll be able to get their 1st touchdown of the game this time around, as it looks promising with Lewis making another big catch in the red zone. 1st down for the Freeze. Is now 1st and 10. Leslie going to go ahead and take it on the quarterback draw, and he's going to pick up 6 more yards as we're already in the 2nd half. I didn't even realize that until now. As now 2nd and 4. Leslie diving into the end zone. He's in. Touchdown Freeze. And it's another score for the Freeze. It's 13-0. So I already got that end of the score predicted, but can Montana State put any points on the board though? We'll see what they can do here. As it's 2nd and 4. They're going to go to the right-hand side. Find Bledsoe. And he fumbles the ball too. Northern New York picks up on it. Gets another turnover. It's some great field position now to work with. As Self is going to go ahead and pick up the 1st down following that turnover. And now they're very close to making this maybe like a 20-0 game. Can they get a 2nd touchdown? Leslie going to throw it to the left, and it's incomplete. Can't quite connect on that play. So we're going to have to try again here. We'll see if they try to pass it once again. And they will try to pass. Going towards the end zone and finds Johnson. Touchdown, Northern New York. As they extend this lead, I expected this to be a lot closer thus far. And that simply has not been the case. As now it's a 20-0 lead. Wesley's going to drop back. He's going to chuck this one. Finds Lorenzo. And it's another touchdown for the Freeze. So for a team named the Freeze, their offense is starting to really heat up. It's 2 touchdowns in a row right there. And suddenly it's 27-0. You know, I wonder what Montana State's going to do. They're more built to really pound and ground, you know, kind of attack. You know, more so to chew the clock and limit possessions. But now they really need to get their offense in gear, and I don't know if their offense is built for that necessarily. So definitely not good if you're rooting for the Miners in this situation. But now it's 3rd and 4. They do end up picking a first down at least, as Verona does make the catch as he should have. As now it's 1st and 10. Perez gonna throw to the left, goes to Bledsoe, able to get down the sideline, but does get pushed down eventually before getting across midfield. But now 2 plays later, 3rd and 7, another pass play. And you can tell Montana State is not that comfortable passing the football, but for this drive they're doing pretty decent. As now it's a 1st and 10 once again. Gonna try to chuck this one deep downfield, and it's deflected, but it's caught off the deflection by DeGuerra. And that's how the first points are scored today by Montana State. And on top of that, they decide to go for 2. I have no idea why, but they're going to do it anyways. As Perez tries to run it in there, but cannot get the job done. So only 6 points scored right now. It's still a 27-6 lead. So let's see what Northern New York can do. They have a really nice lead. Let's see what they can do with it. As there's a 1st and 10 going to Leslie, and he fumbles the ball too. Gets it to Dozier from Montana State. So this could be an opportunity to get back into this game. There's not a lot of time left, that's for sure, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Maybe at least make it more reasonable, but right now, if you're Montana State, you just gotta focus on this drive, and whatever happens, happens. At least try to finish strong. As Perez will throw to the right-hand side to Verona, as they do also get a roughing the passer penalty, so that tacks on an additional 15 yards. As now it's 3rd and 5. Bledsoe gonna run it up the gut and still finds the space for the first down. As now it's a 1st and goal situation on the 5-yard line. Perez is gonna, no, he's gonna actually throw it, but finds Verona for the touchdown. Surprised he didn't just run it in. Probably would have been easier, but still got the 6 points. As now Perez will run it in himself on the 2-point conversion to at least make this a 2-possession game. Now only down by 13, but that's as close as they get though. Northern New York does walk away, win this game 27-14, improving the 2-0 on this young season. So that is going to wrap up today's ACSA content here on the John J Gaming channel. Next episode, we will jump into a preview going into week 3, checking out the top 25 movements, some notable recruits in the top 100 that did sign this week, and then also the games that will be shown here going into week 3. It's going to be a good one, so make sure you smash that like button as well as hit subscribe if you do happen to be new. This is John J Gaming on the mic, hoping you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.